The thing about speedrunning, which is funny, is that it's really about learning how to play video games to the maximum of your ability. And so really what it comes down to is it becomes a performance art. There's this artistry to it. There's a very strong skill and talent. It really is just a wonderful, wonderful way to appreciate games.
My name is Alex Van Camp. People on the internet call me Lang. I am a software engineer. My main responsibility is to code all the graphical layouts that you see on the stream. On top of that, I'm also one of the 6 producers. And then my final responsibility is as a photographer for Games Done Quick. I originally started with GDQ and speedrunning just as a fan, as a watcher on Twitch. Actually, as a watcher on Justin before Twitch even became a thing. I would watch every GDQ and it was just the pinnacle of entertainment for me. And I definitely dreamed of like, oh man, it'd be so great to work with GDQ one day. Never thought it would happen. So working on Games Done Quick is like, I feel like I reached a major life goal a little early. It's like, not sure what to do now, but certainly in the meantime, just working on Games Done Quick, I really love it. As a essentially freelance software engineer, a lot of times you finish a project, you deliver it, and then you kind of never think about it again unless something breaks. But with Games Done Quick, it's this thing we're always coming back to and working together as a team, and we all really care about it and we're already improving it. So as a producer with GDQ, really most of what we have to do is just make sure that all the volunteers, of which there are many, there's the host, there's the stream tech, there's the stage tech, there's the audio engineers, there could be the interviewers getting ready to do some interview segment. Just making sure that all of those people have all the information that they need at the right time is the most important thing.
3, 2, 1, go!
Usually our volunteers, most of them are kind of seasoned at this point. They've done a number of GDQs. And if you just give them the information, let them know what they need to do, they can often execute on that really with no problem. So as a producer, I guess probably one of the most satisfying things is being able to lean on all these different diverse people that I'm working with and just being like, hey, you are the best at this part of it. Here's the information that you need to do what you need to do, and just having them do it and watching everyone come together in that way is really fun. My favorite part of Games Done Quick is that it is such a big, important thing with a noble cause, and yet it's so stupid. It's so dumb. I love it so much. It is just this bizarre, silly thing. You try to inspect it and understand why it exists and how it exists, and it just doesn't make any sense. And I feel like that makes being a part of it just that much more special.
I don't think anyone could hear sound. I feel like I should provide my own sound effects right now.
Yeah, do it, do it. Okay, so I'll talk, you sound effect.
Round 1, fight! Shoryuken! Hadouken!
Now we have a great anti-air roundhouse right there.
Shoryuken!
Wolf Crunch trying to get in again.
Hadouken!
Oh, this is a big opportunity.
Tiger shot!
And he can't take it.
Shoryuken!
Hi, my name is James Chen. I go by J Chenzor. I'm a longtime fighting game commentator. I've been doing commentary for fighting games for like 6, 7, 8 years now.
Ready for some Street Fighter 5 here at Evolution 2016. Let's go!
What GDQ does is it just celebrates like every video game. It's like, it doesn't matter what, it could be a puzzle game, platformer, whatever, and it's just a really, really cool thing to see. I think the mystery tournament actually for me was like one of the coolest things. When you see someone who's really good at a video game and you see them perfect it, you're like, oh, well, he's practiced it a lot, right? So he just knows this one game. But the guy who won, Andy, he's a great speedrunner at a lot of games. from that competitive aspect, I have such an appreciation for that kind of talent and that kind of skill. That was definitely one of the things that stood out the most.
4 of our runners, and these are just our top 4 right here. Andy, our champion.
And when you're in a room where everyone applauds and cheers and understands the same thing that you do, and you're in an environment where everyone has that same kind of appreciation, it's really hard to describe how great that feels. Like, it's a euphoric feeling, and to be able to get that through video games, especially here at GDQ, I think is awesome. GDQ to me is like the best love letter to video games that exists right now. The fact that there is this ability to celebrate games, not just recent games, but games in the past, and just how good people got at those things is what makes the GDQ events so special and so wonderful. It's for a great cause, right? So obviously the Prevent Cancer Foundation and everything and what they do to help. And what that does is that's kind of like a lead-in for a lot of people to watch and understand and appreciate it. But it's also a sign that how much video games are really just becoming part of our lives and how much it's just a part of our culture. It's absolutely not a waste of time. I said this earlier that I feel like GDQ is a great love letter to video games. One time someone was like, oh, aren't you supposed to outgrow video games at some point in time? Video games aren't even 40-some years old. Like, video games are basically in their infant stage in a weird way. How do we even know we're supposed to outgrow them?
$2,213,372.